Two Let's Rate It here, coming at you guys with a non-spoiler review, even though Superman is in the movie, a non-spoiler review of Justice League. Justice League opens tomorrow. Had to remember what
today,
day it was.
Technically, if you want to see it at night.
Yeah, but yeah, it opens today.
I've only seen movies in the daytime, but this.
But when this is uploaded, it will already be out. So.
Exactly. So yeah, we've all gotten a chance to see it. I'm Darren Leslie Jr. I'll be your host.
Except for Will.
Except for
He's
Will.
not here.
We're going to do another thing. But I'm Darren Leslie Jr. I'll be your host today, and I'm joined by Dylan Boyd and Miller Farrow. They just finished seeing the movie, and we're just going to give our general thoughts and some of our positives and negatives on the film. And then later this weekend, we'll have a spoiler review up with Will Abbott. He'll be joining us because he would have seen the film by then. We're going to go more into our thoughts on Justice League and also the future of the DC film universe and where this is going. So I'm just going to go start off with you guys.
I don't think we can really do that on non-spoiler review.
No, I was talking about the spoiler review.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Listen, Miller. But, yeah.
Phrase the sentences correctly, I wouldn't have to.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But, yeah, you guys, if you guys want to really hear all of my thoughts on Justice League, you can go check out my review on Darren Leslie Jr.'s reviews. I'll still give my thoughts, a few of my thoughts here, but I'm just going to start with Dylan and Miller. Well, actually, Dylan, what did you think about Justice League? Did it live up to your expectations? Yeah, because you corrected me, motherfucker. But, Dylan, did it live up to your expectations? And,
I think you were in the right, too.
Did it live up to your expectations, and what did you think about the film overall?
Look, I've been waiting for this movie most of my life. Going in with those expectations, no, it didn't, and not many things would. But I think for what this movie is, I was not going in with high expectations for this movie.
Yeah,
Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad. Wonder Woman's good, but you got the rest of the DCU, and I was not going in with very high expectations. But with the expectations that I went into this movie with, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. This movie's pretty much being looked at as, just an okay movie, and that's pretty much what it is. It's an okay movie. It's really rough around the edges. It has a lot of problems that we're going to get into, but it's a lot of fun. At least I thought it was a lot of fun, and there is a shot in this movie that actually made me cry. And
is it a spoiler?
It was beautiful. Not really. I mean, it's not really a spoiler.
Well, what is it? Like, if it is, I'll cut it out. So, hey guys, Darren here. This isn't an earth-shattering spoiler. This isn't going to ruin the movie for you or anything. But if you don't want to know anything about the third act, just skip here. If you do, like I said, not that big of a spoiler. It really isn't. But if you don't want to know anything, just skip here.
Okay, it's the shot of them all standing together at the end.
That was lazy and cool. But
that was lazy.
It looked like they were standing on a soundstage, but it was cool.
That's true. Yes.
It mainly was the back shot, and Superman's cape was flowing.
Oh no, it was probably that shot from the Dylan showed from the magazine.
It was. It looked just like that.
It was.
It did.
Was.
Yeah.
But most of this movie looks like it was shot on a downstage, so...
Yeah, this movie should not have been released.
No, it shouldn't have. Like, it really should.
It should not have been what?
Released. And I was
not have been released.
I was going to get into that more, too, but yeah, I don't think this movie should not have.
Yeah, this movie should have been delayed.
Yes.
They should have delayed it. Yep. Yes. I don't think the movie's bad. Do any of us here think the movie is bad?
It's really right in the line for me. When more I think about it, it's really right in that line. Like,
Miller?
It's yeah, but Miller.
Kinda.
Okay. Well, I think this movie's okay, but it should have been delayed. It definitely should. And Zach should have stayed on, and it should have been delayed.
Or for what they easily could have made it if they had just delayed it.
Yeah. Because, like, this is the first Justice League movie, and this literally feels like a half-eaten piece of pizza thrown out, and we still have to pay for it.
I wouldn't say that.
I would honestly say that how this movie looks, how it feels, what's missing from it.
It looks unfinished,
ugly.
but I don't think it feels unfinished. It looks unfinished, but I don't think it feels that way.
It doesn't feel like anybody's movie, and that bugs the shit out of me. It doesn't feel like a Zack Snyder movie. It doesn't feel like a Joss Whedon movie. It just feels like it's made by committee, and that bugs the shit out of me. It really bugs the shit out of me.
That's because the Michigan J. Frog directed this movie.
I think that's more because Warner Brothers basically told Zack Snyder, he had to do something different with this.
I don't think Zack Snyder can make a straight Zack Snyder, because that's who directed this fucking movie. But I don't think he can make a straight fun film, because it just comes out feeling like nothing. It feels like nothing. But anyway, Dylan Miller, what were some of your thoughts on the film?
It's just hard to pinpoint exactly because it's a very ugly movie. As we were discussing before, it feels unfinished, right? It looks unfinished and should not have seen the light of day in this state. But like the story is like, I don't know, it's just hard to... The story's just very cookie-cutter superhero fodder. Like, and you could have made this work if they just added more to it. Or made it, like, serviceable, but they're just, like, it still feels like they cut some corners with areas with the story. But you said they were, like, 45 minutes cut out, Darren?
Yeah, there's reportedly, and I'm getting that from Janelle Monáe, not Janelle Monáe, sorry.
Janelle Monáe.
I know Janelle Monáe, but no, they're on Schmoes Know, and this has also been floating around a little bit. But on Schmoes Know, one of the hosts, she was at the premiere in London. She saw the film in London and interviewed a couple of the cast, and someone she knows that had worked on the film. He told her that there's 45 minutes on the cutting room floor. And I'm just like, but my thing with that,
I don't think it's 45 minutes.
She said it's 45 minutes, and I'm just going off of her. It might not be, but my thing is whether it was 45 minutes, 10 minutes can, if you take 10 minutes out of your movie, that can drastically change your movie. My fucking thing is with Warner Brothers is that mandate. You can do whatever.
That mandate's so fucking dumb.
No.
I think it's dumb.
Let me explain. That mandate, as a studio, you are allowed to do that. But the thing is, you do that before they start writing the fucking script. You do that before they start shooting the fucking movie. You don't do that
sounds
after.
So angry.
I am pissed. I'm kind of pissed because this is the fucking Justice League movie. This is the biggest movie of the fucking year. Hands fucking down. This should be the biggest fucking movie of the year.
Darren, this movie's name is not Call Me By Your Name.
This should be something we're all talking about for years to come, and you're killing your movie.
People are going to be talking about it for years to come. Not necessarily in the way they may want it to.
But you're killing your movie, dude. Like if you rip 45 minutes out of your movie that's supposed to be 245, let it be 245. Like people are going to see it. It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman. People are going to see this movie. So don't chop it down and don't make it the dumbest thing possible and make it the serviceable, and that's being nice to it, thing possible just to get it in theaters and just so you can get the most showtimes out of it. You're fucking killing your movie, and you're making yourselves look like idiots. Like, you guys had 5 years to plan this shit out, and this is what you fucking give us. Like, this is like really on the line. Like, saying this movie is good is kind of giving it too much credit. Like, it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing.
I mean, it's...
Wow, okay.
I'm just saying, this is going. Guys, I've had... Like, I saw the movie on Monday, and I've had 5...
Darren, you are a fucking nerd.
No, but, like, this is not even a nerd thing, but, like, really...
This has been boiling in Darren since...
I know, since Man of Steel.
He got out of that screening, he was like, it's fine. But now he's just, like, every day...
But it's not even that. Fine. Like, guys... Like, this is just on a filmmaking level. They literally just threw something out there just to meet the bottom line. and that's disturbing. That's
Can be
really
that day.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think 45 minutes was cut out of this movie. I think 15 minutes were cut out of this movie. But the 2-hour mandate is the dumbest fucking thing, because Warner Bros. This is what I've been saying. This is what I've been saying since Batman v Superman. Warner Brothers is going to take the wrong criticism for this movie. People did not... Batman v Superman didn't make $1 billion because it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. Batman v Superman didn't make $1 billion because no one gave a fuck. No one wanted to see these characters like that. Okay, and it's... Warner Brothers thinks that if it's over 2 hours, then people won't want to see it because it's not going to be enough show times, and people don't want to spend that much time with Titanic. It's the second.
23 minutes.
Yeah. Yes, for 2 hours 21 minutes, and
what's the problem?
Exactly. And Titanic is the second highest grossing movie of all time.
But why wouldn't they mandate
like
Wonder Woman if they mandated this? Because it's Zack Snyder?
Probably because it's Zack fucking Snyder. And I really think that what was cut out of this movie hurt this movie, because you can tell. You can tell what was reshot. You can tell what was placed here and what was placed there.
Just look at Henry Cavill's face. Reshot.
See, the thing is, I don't believe that you... I believe you can tell a 2-hour Justice League movie. I think it's completely... I think you can. You really can. You can tell,
could have with this. They just picked the generic story. No, it looks horrible.
You can tell a 2-hour... Like, a lot of movies these days, I love The Avengers. I do. The reason that movie's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, because that battle's really long at the end. That's it. And, like, there's good parts of it, but you can shave down that battle. It doesn't need to be that long. You can tell a 2-hour Justice League movie. There's great movies out there. Most of the movies that win Oscars these days are under 2 hours. Pixar movies tell wonderful stories, and yes, they're animated, but they're still films. Tell wonderful stories, and they're under 2 hours. You can tell an under 2-hour Justice League movie, but you have to, if you're going to mandate that, you have to let your creatives know that from the get-go. You can't come in halfway through. It's the same thing with Batman v Superman. You have a dude spending your money. Tell him up front that it needs to be under 2 hours. Don't be surprised when he comes back with a 4-hour movie.
It's so sad. It's so sad that the only DC movie that we've thoroughly seen Zack Snyder's vision through is Watchmen.
Well, not really. Not even Watchmen, because Watchmen is still
I don't think we
extended.
saw that Batman Superman.
No, but like...
I mean, well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but I think we saw it enough in Watchmen. I mean, yeah, they cut it down a little bit.
What about Man of Steel?
That was just one. I mean, I feel like Man of Steel was just Warner Brothers being like, make a Christopher Nolan movie with Superman.
Yeah.
And then Batman v Superman. I mean, they cut it down, but I still don't. Even the theatrical cut of that movie, or the ultimate cut of that movie, I don't really think is what Zack Snyder wanted, because it's Warner Brothers telling him, hey, make a prequel to Justice League. Don't make a Batman v Superman movie. Make a prequel to Justice League.
And also, like, with Batman v Superman, like, even if I'm coming a little bit from Warner Brothers' side, Zach, you haven't really earned, like, I think that you have to earn a 3-hour movie. You can't just, like, rush into that. You've only done one movie. Just, like, earn your way up.
Well, Batman v Superman wouldn't be 3 hours if it didn't have to be a Justice League prequel.
Well, true. But I mean, can you blame Warner Brothers for that, or can you? Like, I don't know who.
You can blame Warner Brothers for that, for rushing it.
Because Batman v Superman is still a movie where it's just like idea. Let's throw this in there. Like, well, we can't. I was about to say something. I can't say.
Watchmen wasn't that.
But yeah, Watchmen wasn't that. But not every single movie is the same, dude. Like Watchmen.
Because I know, but what I'm saying,
Watchmen isn't building a universe.
What I'm saying is that Zack Snyder can make a good fucking comic book movie.
He can.
It's just that Warner Brothers is telling him to do things that he doesn't want to do.
I'm not going to pin it on, like, I'll pin stuff on Warner Brothers for run times and handling of certain things. But some of the more creative stuff, I am going to pin on like that Nightmare sequence. I think that's Snyder. Like a lot of the things in
Nightmare sequence, you can blame it on Snyder. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about the cameos, and I'm talking about
the weird thing about the cameos is they turned out to be useless.
Yeah.
Like, there is nothing we learn in those. The only time
pretty much.
those cameos are relevant in this movie is when Bruce Wayne's like, "Look, that's you."
Another thing that's useless about Batman v Superman is the last shot of the movie.
What was the last shot of Batman v Superman?
The dirt rising from the coffin.
Oh my god! There was another.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
There was another thing. There was another thing that Justice League contradicted. I can't remember.
Justice League, I think, contradicts a lot.
Yeah, there was this point I think it was in the first fight with Steppenwolf, or the first Justice League fight with Steppenwolf, where I was like, there's just something happened, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, this...
Let's talk about Justice League.
Yeah, let's talk about... Okay,
Justice League.
I'm just going to talk about some
stuff. The
stuff.
first shot of Batman made me want to vomit.
The first shot of Batman made me want to walk out.
What was the first shot of Batman?
That entire opening sequence, I was just like, what the... Is this a Saturday morning cartoon? What the fuck? What is this?
Wait, what?
I like the atmosphere.
Yeah,
like, I was like, okay, this feels like a classic Warner Brothers DC movie.
Wait, I'm confused.
The opening scene of Justice League, Dylan.
The opening scene... You're talking about... You said Batman.
Yeah, Batman's in the opening scene.
Or after the...
What are you talking about?
No, sorry, my bad. The opening... Yeah, you're right. Okay, so after...
The actual opening scene of this movie is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know
what
you're talking about.
It has no payoff either.
I can't remember.
But,
Are you talking about where he gets the thug and then he gets the parody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What was bad about that?
Everything.
Just how Batman looked.
I really...
Him floating around and everything. Like, the CGI in this movie doesn't have a lot of weight to it. And it just, like, everybody... It feels very weightless.
Oh, you're talking about when he's holding the parademon?
My God, dude.
Because I'm just confused. If you're talking about when he's holding the parademon, then yes, but
when you see the guy from Mindhunter, when you see him, and then the camera like focuses on Batman who's behind him, Batman looks awful.
Yeah,
he looks so bad.
Yeah, I never. I mean, maybe I didn't notice that.
Well, you need glasses.
Yeah. Okay, let me talk. I just want to talk about some of the things I liked in this. Okay, I really like Flash.
Flash great, except for one scene.
Yeah, I got a real kick out of him. A lot of his clips really brought my mood
up. They just they overused the comedy in this movie.
Yes, they did.
And Flash was unfortunately part of that. Like, Ezra Miller was great, but there were points where just like you don't need to keep saying stuff.
Yeah, and
I didn't think Henry Allen was still in this movie. Yeah. I did not think that he was still in that movie, and then he was, and I was happy about that.
He got 2 scenes.
Yeah, he got 2 scenes.
Yeah, he got 2 scenes. Yeah.
And it's
not really a spoiler.
No,
I mean,
he's in the trailer. So. Yeah, so Barry Allen has a dad. I really liked Wonder Woman. She was great. I like how they're really dealing with her and Steve's the fallout from Steve's Trevor.
Yeah, that has meaning. It has meaning. They're throughout the rest of the universe.
Yeah,
continuing movies.
That I like that. I liked her. I can't say that. That's a spoiler too. There's something I'll talk to you guys about that after. I really want to know you guys' thoughts on that. I can't wait till Will sees this fucking movie.
I can't either.
Man, but
oh god, he's gonna hate this movie.
Let's talk
he's gonna fucking hate this movie.
Let's talk about Steppenwolf.
Oh
yeah, my god.
Steppenwolf.
When I first saw him and I don't know if it was the first time was him with the fighting the Amazonians. That's not a spoiler. But it looked like a old, out of date World of Warcraft.
He looks like a video game. He looks like a video game cinematic.
Yeah, cinematic.
And it's Steppenwolf's bad.
Yeah, he's really astonishingly bad.
There's nothing to him.
I can say this much: he offers a great physical match for all of them, but that's it.
Yeah, he does.
But that's it. Like he's
the thing is the third act of the movie is I don't really think he offers that much of a physical thing because the third act of the movie is really short. It's a lot shorter than I expected to.
Yeah, it's.
He's interesting. He's interesting in a bad way.
Yeah, it's definitely a lesson. Like, It's definitely a lesson.
This is how you
Stop.
don't do a comic book movie villain.
Yeah, I think Thanos is going to be the proper, like, this is how you do CGI villains. But
it's I think there's shots where he looks great, and then there's shots where he looks fucking horrible. But I think overall, there is no reason why he could not be completely practical. There's absolutely no excuse for that, and there is no reason why it couldn't have been Syrian Hines in a fucking suit.
Syrian Hines was just like, don't you dare put me in this fucking movie. But
well, he acted it, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he acted it.
But
that's the weird thing. Like, they could have just gotten the janitor to play Steppenwolf, and then just had Syrian Hines do the voice. Like, it didn't matter. It didn't look like him.
He sounded good. It sounded like
sounds
Syrian
great.
Hines.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
But there was something I was gonna bring up. Fuck, I can't remember. But yeah, Steppenwolf, he's bad, but I don't think he's like, he's better than Malekith. I think he's better than Malekith.
I don't think he's better than Malekith. I really don't think I don't think he's better than anything. This is one of the worst comic book villains I have seen in a long time. I don't want to put him under the worst because I just got to think.
Not top 5 at least.
Yeah, I got to think about that a little bit more. But
I'm trying to think of ones that I think he's better than Malekith. I think he's better than Whiplash.
At least Whiplash had personality.
Whiplash is a lot better.
I mean, at least with Steppenwolf, you have Syrian Hines' voice.
So fucking what? You have like rookie Mickey Rourke.
I don't know, Darren.
You have Mickey Rourke going like,
and then get the guy a break. He's just trying to find something good about it.
And you have Mickey Rourke going, and the sharks will come. I mean, like,
well, see, the problem. What's so disappointing about Steppenwolf is that Syrian Hines was talking about his character, and he was like, "Yeah, he's great because he's not just your average. He's not just your average villain. He doesn't just want to harvest Earth. He wants to harvest Earth so he can escape his enslavement from Darkseid."
Yeah.
And I'm like, where was that in the fucking movie?
See, I think a lot of times the actors are told something.
Cool.
That
exactly.
The actors are told something, but it's not actually executed. So
I don't know if the scene was cut or what, but and they don't even. Another thing with this movie that I just kind of thought of, there's
no stakes?
No, not necessarily. I mean, there's not really any stakes, but they never really. Who are these people that are coming to Earth that are invading?
Yeah, if you like that, that's one of the things. Like, if you don't know DC lore, you're going to be confused. Like, you're going.
I don't think you're going to be confused, but you're going to be asking like, who even are these people?
Than it is. Like, not that that's not the movie.
The only they name drop. Oh, fuck! I can't see it.
Like they and like even from like a DC universe perspective, we've only been introduced to one race of aliens. Like, you gotta.
The problem with like just dropping Steppenwolf and the Parademons into this is like, people. There are comic people who know a lot about him. But there are other people who he's just a generic villain that just wants to take over the world.
Oh yeah, and apparently in this movie, I don't know if they fucking say it. If they don't, I don't fucking know. But I don't think they do. But apparently in the DC Extended Universe, Steppenwolf is Darkseid's nephew and not his uncle.
They don't say it in this movie.
I've heard that's what I thought.
I've heard someone say that. They never bring that up. So I like him being his uncle more because that means Darkseid's even more of a badass. It's just like he put his uncle in line. So
yeah, that's a lot more interesting than taking advantage of your nephew.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steppenwolf. Oh shit! I just stepped on a water bottle.
Of course, like I feel fucking. I honestly feel bad for Steppenwolf.
Well, it's sad because he could be such a great villain, and he's just the most generic fucking thing ever. He's just
roaring underwater.
See, I mean, I don't really. I care. You know, I mean, he could be so much better, obviously, but he's just there. I don't think that, to me personally, like when I'm watching the movie, like, I mean, yeah, Steppenwolf is bad, but he didn't take a lot away from my enjoyment of the movie. He's just really fucking generic.
Yeah.
But
he looks so much better in Batman vs Superman.
Well, I mean, we didn't really. I mean, he was just a hologram of that movie.
He still looked better. He could have made him look like that. He looked interesting. He had like He was like.
I remember. Everyone was talking. Well, I think we were probably fucking talking about this. I was like, I hope Steppenwolf is not like fucking 9 feet tall and like, you know, this giant monster or whatever like he is, and like he looks in Batman v Superman. And then
I kind of wonder if Steppenwolf is just the CGI model of Doomsday, just like painted over.
Yeah, they're like they were gonna make Doomsday the villain, not Doomsday. It's like they had Doomsday. It's like, guys, we gotta fucking get this done. Come on.
There's a shot in this movie that looks just like a shot from Batman v Superman. I fucking swear. It's the shot of like the fucking cocoon or whatever the Steppenwolf is having over in fucking Chernobyl, and there's like a wide shot of the cocoon, and it looks identical to the shot of the ship in Batman v Superman when all the fucking electricity is going around it or whatever. Mm-hmm. It looks just like it. It looks like the same exact shot, just like painted over.
I mean, it might be.
Let's drive it.
So yeah, okay. Good things about Justice League. Good things about Justice League. Characters. Characters are great.
The characters, while they were together and arguing, like there was some good, like Batman throwing shade at Wonder Woman. That was cool. And what else? Aquaman was pretty. I liked like that scene where Aquaman's walking into the water. That felt like it had identity. Like when that felt like Zack Snyder, and like when you have Icky Thump going like like that was great. Aquaman overall, I think we could have learned more about him in something.
I think they're just kind of leaving it for Aquaman.
Yeah,
I don't really mind it that much.
I think it's just everybody. We could have learned more about who they are. I mean, that's just a problem for mine in the DCU or DC film universe, whatever. Like, I just want to learn more about these people.
The way that they explain the talking underwater in this movie is really cool. I really liked it.
I didn't like it. I think that's bullshit. Just have them. I would have rather them just talk underwater. I mean, you don't need to, because they're doing it in Aquaman. From all reports, they can actually talk underwater. So I'm just like, why can't they talk underwater? But and I thought
so they're doing that in Aquaman.
Yeah, that whole thing kind of scared me for Aquaman, but I think it was just kind of the shitty way this movie did it.
Yeah, and
like
also,
the whole Atlantis one.
Yeah, like I don't think they should have gone to Atlantis at all either. That just felt out of place to me.
Well, I mean, Steppenwolf had to get the mother box, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obviously going to... I mean, I guess they could have changed it, but I mean, who else would it go to if it didn't go to the Atlanteans?
I mean, I'm not saying, but like just introducing Mira and then Mira like checking off his origin. It's just like he came from a mother and this and that.
Yeah.
And that. And
this. The exposition in this movie is bad. The exposition in this movie is very bad.
There are like multiple instances of
just like we got to explain something to the audience.
I think it's the female heroes most of the time saying stuff. Like Wonder Woman explaining something or Mira explaining something.
Yeah, because it's two big scenes. I mean, it's two big scenes, and it's the history lesson where they go back in time or whatever, and you got the Amazonians and the Atlanteans and man fighting against Darkseid's army.
Oh god.
And I thought that was cool. I don't care what you guys say. I thought that was awesome.
Wasn't Robin Wright supposed to be in the movie?
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome, but the exposition is just like, oh my god, this is so forced.
If that just opened the movie, that would have been cool. I wish that.
Yeah, I think it opening, but yeah, the opening, would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Than the actual opening of this movie.
But
Mr. Fantastic running around.
When oh my god, when this movie opened, I was like, what the fuck am I in for? Oh my god.
I kind of liked it. I was like, this is like Spider-Man Homecoming, and then it's the rest of it's started. I'm like, okay.
But
At first I had to look. I had to kind of squint my eyes, and I was like,
don't go into deep.
"Oh, I'm not." But I was like, "Oh, okay. I see what you did
It's
there."
so confusing, Dylan. Oh,
What?
No, yeah, but you
What
guys
do you mean? What's so confusing?
What were you talking about where you had to squint?
he'll
You know
tell
what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
he'll tell you after.
Okay, I think I know what I'm just
Yeah. You guys got anything
Anyways,
else?
yes, Superman. Superman's great.
Yeah, Superman is great.
Besides the lips, Superman's great.
Yeah, we're not going to go that deep into it. If you guys don't know Superman's in the movie, you probably should not be on this channel.
Yeah.
So,
Should be on the internet.
you shouldn't be on the internet. You shouldn't he's very clearly in it. But yeah, I thought he was great. There's some things they do with him that I'm just like, why, oh God, why? But there's other things they do with him that I'm just like, yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
I've been waiting so fucking long for him to do certain things, and he's so optimistic and bright, and it's just like, fuck yeah. So that was cool. And I want to see more.
But there's a certain thing.
But there's a certain thing. Oh, Lord. But yeah.
It's not that bad. I didn't mind
it's
it.
pretty bad. But
I didn't mind it.
yeah.
Talking about his face.
No.
But anything else, guys?
Let me think. It's an overall decent movie that I thoroughly enjoyed myself watching. It obviously has its problems. I mean, we're talking about more bad than good in this movie. But I mean, Steppenwolf, he's bad. The CGI is pretty bad. But I mean, they really have a great dynamic going with this team. They really have a lot of really good chemistry. The characters are all great. And I think it does a really good job of setting up the rest of this universe in a way that Batman v Superman could not do. And it sets up for a really hopeful and optimistic future that looks filled with, for lack of a better term, fun. And although don't crucify me in the comments or anything, but I don't think everything has to be fun. But I really like the way that they're setting up this universe now, and I'm hopeful for the future.
Miller?
I've said my piece.
Yeah, closing thoughts. I agree with Dylan. It does set up a pretty bright universe, and
It does.
you know, I do like that because the DC universe, regardless of what people say, it is bright, it is fun, and it is optimistic. There are darker moments, just like with any universe, but it is a more inspirational universe, and I do like that they are going in that direction. And there's still going to be our Batmans and our Deathstrokes, and Suicide Squads. So as hopefully Suicide Squad 2 is a lot darker, and we can still explore that. But I like that they are going in a brighter direction, and that this movie does offer possibility. There's a lot of things I still do not like about this movie, and I'll go into more. And I just don't like from a filmmaking aspect, this movie worries me about a lot of things going forward with the future of comic book movies, and some of the sacrifices we're going to have to make to get just to see a movie and just to get something instead of actually
it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell getting to Aquaman now.
Yeah, like getting into, instead of putting the work in, just throwing something out there, and that's bothering.
But they're gonna let James Wan
Wan, but it's just like
James Wan do it, whatever.
But this is
Aquaman has something that Justice League doesn't. Time.
Yeah, but this is the thing that bottom line.
Yeah, they did finish filming for a while.
Yeah, but bottom line with this movie's fine. It's fine, but I want something. I wanted to walk out of a Justice League movie. I've been waiting, like Dylan said.
Amazing.
Like Dylan said, I've been waiting for this movie since I was like 6. And I don't want to walk out of a Justice League movie saying that was fine, saying the CGI was bad. I want to walk out of a Justice League movie saying that was good, that was great. And I didn't get that. So that's really disappointing. It's fine on all other levels, but that's just really disappointing me. But
I also wanted to say two more things.
Oh, yeah.
I won't say what it is. We'll go into detail. but there's a certain scene in this movie that takes place after the credits, and it is the most beautiful, most incredible single scene ever put on film.
It is really good. I honestly think it's one of the best post credits. Like, see that post credit scene with an audience. If you have fans that are DC,
don't
Comics
look it
fans,
up.
Don't look it up.
I
Don't look
had
it up.
it spoiled for me. Do not look that shit up.
Yeah, get together.
Witness that in the theater.
Get together with some friends, go geek out, and just be like, "Oh my god!" And and the first one's pretty cool fan service. I don't think it's all that, but it's pretty cool fan service. And what was your other thing, Miller? I mean, Dylan.
I'm trying to remember what it was now, and I've kind of forgot. Oh yeah. Well, this actually wasn't this, but this is one thing that I wanted to mention. The ending of this movie is amazing. I love the ending to this movie.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's so good.
It's kind of weird for a Justice League movie, but it's great in its own right.
Yeah, and yeah, it's decent, and I enjoyed myself. So
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily disappointed because I had my expectations really fucking low already. So.
My expectations were...
Yeah, if you have your expectations low, you won't be that disappointed.
My expectations were pretty low, guys.
Oh.
I'm just saying, I didn't walk into this movie like thinking this is going to be the best thing ever, but I mean, I wanted to be surprised, but but I think the ending's fine. It's just I just wish it was more earned, but yeah,
I mean,
nah.
I get that, but it's also like we're gonna retcon everything before this, and we're gonna have this, which is much better.
Look, guys, we're gonna talk. Everybody,
As long as they make it better, they can retcon wherever the hell they want.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Like what they did with that ending. That's why I was just like, that's great. I want to see that. I don't want to see what came before this.
Yeah, but guys, we'll talk about
At
this
least
more this weekend. Will seeing it. We're going to talk more about Justice League going forward. We still have our retrospective that's coming out. We still have we have a World's Finest commentary up, so we're still going to be talking more about DC in the coming weeks. We're sure to find out more about Justice League, more of the behind-the-scenes stuff probably in the next few weeks, and because DC's probably going to announce some more movies in the next few weeks too, getting their slate together. So we're going to be here talking more about DC.
Oh God, that has me wanting to shoot myself. DC announcing more movies.
If you
Gonna be announcing a new Batman too.
Yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys like hearing us talk about movies, please hit that subscribe button. And Dylan, where can people find you?
At OG_NDB on Twitter.
Miller, where can people find you?
At Miller on Twitter.
And you guys can find me at Darren Lacy Jr. and at Darren Lacy Jr.'s Reviews. And we will, and this is Till Last Credits, signing off.